Spending time in nature can help us feel grounded. It clears our heads and helps us re-establish a sense of place within the world, because quite often our lifestyles separate us from the natural rhythm of life on Earth and have us almost at odds with it. The way we've structured our lives is largely out of harmony with the natural world, and so we come to see humankind and nature as two separate things. And while this makes it easier for us to justify or rationalise a lot of our unsavoury, ignorant and destructive behaviours, it couldn't be further from the truth. We are nature. This is where we come from. This is what sustains us, and this is where we'll return when our human experience draws to a close. We are born of the same energy that birthed the mountains and the waterfalls, and we breathe because the trees breathe with us and for us. When we walk among them, we really do reconnect with ourselves, because what we see and feel in these places is a reflection of ourselves. Nature's strength, resilience, patience, forgiveness and tranquility is as present within each of us as it is the most awe-inspiring landscape or a majestic forest. We feel it in these places because we have an intrinsic mutual understanding. We speak the same language and we're inextricably linked. Being able to experience this connection is important in helping us to feel complete. And the greater the connection, the greater the appreciation and gratitude for our own lives and for all life as a shared experience. Unfortunately, the distractions of contemporary living can leave us feeling disconnected from the natural order, from each other and ultimately from ourselves. Our urban landscapes reflect many of our least desirable qualities because they're physical manifestations born of them. We created them in our own image. The same things driving us or even tormenting us on the inside are projected outwards and ultimately reflected right back at us. We're still connected to nature nonetheless, and still connected to each other, but this connection's neither affirmed nor celebrated by the habitat we've designed and decorated for ourselves, and therefore it's more easily neglected or dismissed. We've created vast kingdoms in ode to pomposity, separatism and the many fallacies driven by delusions of the ego, and we call these castles, constructs and civilisations that are so at odds with nature our home, even though so many of us feel somewhat lost, displaced and unhappy within them. Is the lifeblood that's coursing through the veins of the metropolis the same as that that's coursing through the veins of the unspoiled wilderness? Was it founded by the same unconditional and undiluted love that created the natural world? Does it function with similar balance and harmony? Does it make you feel like you're part of something magical, or does it make you feel like magic doesn't really exist? We're so heavily invested in our unimaginative and hyper-rational interpretations of life that anything magical is to be sneered or scoffed at. And consequently, and quite shamefully, we downplay and ridicule that very same magic that resides within each of us. Look around at how strange and fascinating, bizarrely beautiful, unfathomably complex, intricate and full of wonder this existence actually is, and tell yourself that this world that you belong to and are inseparable from isn't made of magic. Our culture tells us it isn't, society tells us it isn't. The older we get, we're further encouraged and expected to deny it, but nature remains an undeniably mystical force in spite of our scepticism. People feel that the more they downplay it, the more grounded and based in reality their perception is. But we're actually denying reality itself when we do this. The magic, the ineffable, is actually the real grounding influence, and it's always accessible for those who are able to be open and receptive to it. It's such an incredible gift, and it's a gift that we foolishly take pride in denying ourselves. Nature is a reflection of our most genuine self, minus the burdensome baggage and triviality we all accumulate. And this is why we feel such a sense of relief, like an awakening sense of inner quiet and peacefulness, when we immerse ourselves in it respectfully and with humility. It's a return to sanity. To have love for the world is to have love for yourself. The more of it you project outwards, the more open you become to the love that's being reflected back at you, by you, for you, and for all of us. We're all made of it. It's not a finite resource. So, peace.